Okay, I'll start this video with a question. If you want to spend 1 lakh on a smartphone, then which brand smartphone would you be buying? Comment below, Apple, Samsung, or from Vivo, Xiaomi, OnePlus, etc. We asked people outside on the streets.
So if you had like 1 lakh rupees, which smartphone would you buy?
I would buy the latest flagship.
So today we have the Vivo X100 Ultra. It has 1-inch camera, world's largest periscope camera, Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, and on AnTuTu it scores almost 21 lakh. 4K display, I mean hardware wise this is the best specs on a smartphone in the world. And in India this might come for around 1 lakh rupees. But at that price, when you have S24 Ultra and iPhone 15 Pro Max, why would you buy this? Like, right? This is a very interesting video. Let's go. Now where I think Vivo has nailed is 3 things. Let's begin with the build and design. The Vivo X100 Ultra looks more like a camera rather than a smartphone. The camera module is so big you can hold the phone by the camera module with just one finger. Plus the X100 Ultra here has this curved screen. Funny thing, this color is called titanium, but this phone doesn't have any titanium in it. But the in-hand feel of the phone is good and it gives you a feeling of holding a solid flagship. The only thing is, whenever you're holding the phone, your finger kind of touches the camera island and so you end up with a lot of smudges on the cameras. All in all, if not better, it is more or less similar to the iPhone and Samsung flagship in terms of premiumness, and I feel most of the flagship smartphones these days look and feel good. And here's what I understand. When someone is buying a flagship phone, they look for a phone that has flauntish design. I mean, the Apple logo or the Samsung camera module. Second is the display. The X100 Ultra has 4K display. This can run 4K at 120Hz. I'll play a 4K HDR video. This can go up to 3000 nits peak brightness and look at the video quality and clarity. I'm not sure how much of it shows on the camera, but in real life it's fantastic. And third was the most surprising part, the camera. Like you get a 1-inch 50 megapixel main camera, 50 megapixel ultra wide angle camera and a 200 megapixel 3.7x periscope camera, and in daytime it just takes crazy photos. By the way, if you're wondering about videos, this portion is shot on the Vivo X100 Ultra. And like this is natural bokeh without portrait mode. In fact, the periscope camera also doubles up as a macro camera, and look at these macro shots. And it takes better photos in daylight than the iPhone 15 Pro Max or S24 Ultra. And this also continues in the night time. If you see these set of images, all of them are clicked in 3x portrait mode. The iPhone's image here is average. S24 Ultra has done an okayish job, but the X100 Ultra has nailed it. Right from the background blur to light control, color, skin tone, it has done a very good job. Even if you zoom in a bit, the X100 Ultra has good amount of sharpness, whereas the iPhone 15 Pro Max lacks that detail. And the S24 Ultra has added some noise and a little bit of over sharpening. And it's not just the periscope camera, even the main camera, the photos from the X100 Ultra look good. The iPhone's image is very average, it has added a yellowish layer. And if you zoom into my face, the iPhone image looks a bit hazy, whereas the S24 Ultra tried to sharpen my face, but it failed. The X100 Ultra has got it right in sharpness. The main sensor is really good. Even in this shot, the X100 Ultra image looks the best. The light control skin tone is good. And the ultra wide angle of all the 3 cameras in the night time has done a good job here. Nothing to complain much. All in all, the Vivo X100 Ultra has nailed the camera. Now in 2024, I feel all flagships hardware wise are just there. Like this also comes with the latest and greatest Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, 16GB RAM, 512GB storage, and we'll not be diving into AnTuTu benchmarking and all that stuff. We'll get straight into the real life aspect. A lot of people edit videos on smartphones, so let's just render a video in Premiere Rush and see who renders it first. So we have taken a 4K video file here and start. The Vivo does it the fastest, and next Samsung does it a bit faster compared to iPhone. So overall, from a performance point of view, I think the Vivo X100 Ultra, if not the best, does perform very good. But you know, as they say, hardware is easy, software is hard. And here is where things start falling apart. So the S24 Ultra and X100 Ultra are running on the latest Android 14, with the S24 Ultra running on One UI 6.1, and the X100 Ultra is running on Origin OS, which is exclusive for China, while the iPhone 15 Pro Max is on iOS 17. And in terms of app opening, switching between the apps and all of that, all the 3 phones are pretty smooth. I might get a bit of a flack from here, but software experience here is good on iPhone. Like the way animations happen throughout the system, right from app opening to this animation of the alert and silent via action button, it feels like you're using a flagship. Plus, Apple has also jumped ships on AI with
Apple Intelligence,
but it would be available this fall. The One UI on S24 Ultra is so good as it has tons of features and customization options here. First of all, it has Galaxy AI, so you can edit and do generative fill in your photos. Plus, it can translate calls in Hindi, English, and other languages in real time. And there are other software features like when I charge the phone, I mostly forget to turn on the switch. So in modes and routines, I can run a routine that whenever you plug your phone for charging, it will say,
Re Raja ji, Re Raja ji, Raja ji.
Plus you get Samsung Wallet here, via which you can tap to pay, add your train and flight tickets, add your IDs from DigiLocker like Aadhaar and all of that. Also there are tons of software features like DeX, etc. I could go all day. In the X100 Ultra, it is running on Origin OS, so it has some AI built in like this Blue LM Copilot, but it doesn't work out of China, and the other things are again in Chinese. So in this case, let's consider the Vivo X100 Pro here, which is the flagship offering from Vivo in India. If you see, other than some customizations options, there aren't much software features here. Plus, it also has some third-party apps, bloatware pre-installed, and the software also doesn't look polished it well. It looks quite mid-rangey in my opinion. Also, if you keep the X100 Ultra and X100 Pro side by side, see there is so much difference in the software's looks and aesthetics. I'll open the settings page and just see how good it looks on X100 Ultra. Also see here, if I reduce the volume here, see how this message comes off your phone is still on ring with such a good animation. Even if you see the notification panel, control center and all, it looks polished, or how a software should be in flagship at least. So when you start comparing flagship software, iPhone and Samsung Ultra are definitely ahead of Vivo. Now when we ask people why would they prefer Apple and Samsung over other flagships from Xiaomi, Vivo, etc., this is what they had to say.
So Ishan, if you had like 1 lakh rupees,
Yeah.
which smartphone would you buy?
I would buy the latest flagship from Samsung.
Samsung.
तो सर मैं सैमसंग खरीदूंगा
iPhone? Why Samsung?
No, like particularly like Apple ecosystem is pretty close, right? You can integrate other stuff with Samsung also.
Ah, that way. Why Apple?
Because it is more better in gaming.
I trust Samsung and it has more feature than Apple and
क्यों Samsung?
सर सैमसंग क्योंकि आईफोन तो हर किसी के पास है
हाँ, आपको अलग रहना. Mostly Samsung users को अलग ही रहना.
Too many thoughts on my mind, I can't sleep at night.
From what I understood with the answers here is people prefer buying Apple and Samsung flagship because A, software. If I'm paying a premium price for buying a flagship, I expect all things to be premium here, including third-party apps, pre-installed app, bloatware. Having that in a flagship phone is not right in my opinion. The software experience should also be top-notch premium. Like if you see, this is a 20,000 phone running FunTouch OS and this is a flagship phone running FunTouch OS. Like visually, there is no difference in the software. So the software needs a bit of polishing, at least on the flagship, just like how Xiaomi has started to do with Hyper OS. And B, resale value. This is one thing that I noticed. Like see, suppose I just go to Flipkart, I want to buy the Pixel 8 Pro. We are taking Pixel 8 Pro just to have uniformity. And I go and exchange 1-year-old flagships from both Samsung, Vivo and iPhone. So if you exchange the S23 Ultra, you get 47,000, fair enough. If you exchange the iPhone 14 Pro Max, you get 56,000. But if you exchange Vivo X90 Pro, you get 11,250 rupees. Like what? The Vivo X90 Pro's launch price was 85,000. And this is what the resale value you get. So this resale value, brand perception for Apple and Samsung flagships is way better than every other flagship out there. And this brand value image takes a long time. Like remember in our childhood days, if we spotted someone using an iPhone or a S series Samsung, by seeing them, many of us dreamt of owning these flagships. Like it's not like Apple and Samsung have become mainstream flagships in just a year or two. They have been in the game for almost 15, 16 years. And Xiaomi, Vivo, Oppo, all of these have joined the flagship space just 2 to 3 years ago. So we need to give some time for them to improve their software game, to improve the resale value of their devices. And why not? We need more flagship phones. Competition is always welcome. And with all of this exercise, asking people, exchanging smartphones, buying a flagship is not about buying the best smartphone out there. It's more of about how I feel about this phone, how others feel about when they see me with these phones. Let us know what are your thoughts on this one, and comment section is all yours. On that note, cameraman Shobik ke saath Samvadata Pratik signing off. See ya pretty soon. Pew pew pew.